Alright, hello guys, what is up? This is gonna be a tutorial on how to download Tekkit, the mod for Minecraft, and how to set up a server with Tekkit. Alright, so for starters, you're gonna need to download the Technic launcher, which can be found at technicpack.net. I'll put a link in the description for it. So you're gonna wanna go to the link, or just go to the site and go to Tekkit. And then go right here, download the Technic launcher. And then it'll bring you to this, and it should start the download automatically for you. Right there it is. Now, you can drag that onto your desktop, and it'll pop up here. And then if you open that up, it's going to load everything for you. It'll load all the mods in. And then you'll be here, and this will be blank. You'll have to hit this drop down menu, and you can choose whichever one you want, but for right now we're going to choose Tekkit. Type in your information. If you go to the options tab, make sure, because the server version is 3.13, if you check use recommended builds, watch how this will change. Now it's 3.12. You don't want 3.12 because it won't let you join the server if you have that. So make sure you use development builds. Memory to allocate. This is how many gigabytes of your RAM you're going to allocate to the game while it's running. So I have 2 gigabytes, so since I'm in the game now, my RAM is steadily going up. And actually, I'm not in the game yet, am I? If I log in, it's going to start to go up. I think it already went up, actually. Alright, never mind. So anyways, you download that, you do those settings however you want. I'd recommend going with like a gig or a half of gig of RAM to allocate if you have a slower computer. I've got 12 gigs of RAM, so I'm fine with 2. Alright, now to download the server, you're going to want to go back to the website on the main page and download the Tekkit server 3.1.3. Now this will download, and we're going to let that download real quick. And keep in mind, if you want people to join, you're going to need to download Hamachi, which in a second I'll show you how to do that. Oh, and this is a RAR file. For some reason my WinRAR picture doesn't show up right here. But if you don't already have WinRAR, I'll put a link to the description to download it. It can be found at this site. Just scroll down here to whichever language you want and choose 64-bit or 32-bit. 32-bit is your best bet because if you download the 32-bit, you can for sure run it. But the way to check if you have 64-bit is you go to your start menu, you right-click on computer, go to properties, and then this window will pop up, and it'll tell you right here in system type, I have a 64-bit operating system. So I can download the 64-bit. Not going to since I already have it, but that's how to get WinRAR. And then once you drag this onto your desktop, you're going to want to right-click it and extract to Tekkit server 3.1.3. And then it's going to extract the RAR file into its own folder. You're going to want to open up the folder, and you'll get all this already pre-installed into it. Now what you're going to want to do next is double-click the launch, and then it's going to open this up. It's going to load everything. It's going to start to load the spawn area and everything. We're just going to let that load really quick. Alright, now once it's done loading, to safely stop the server, just type stop and then press enter. And then it's going to close everything, and then it'll say press any key to continue. So if I just press a D, it'll close it. Alright, now you're going to get a lot more stuff. Basically what that did was it made your world folders. You've got the regular world, the nether, and then the end. So you've got all your world folders. You've got your plugins folder, and I'm not sure what CC plugin is, but basically Tekkit uses Bucket as their server provider. So actually, if you go to Google and you go to Bucket plugins, yeah, you just type in Bucket plugins, you can go to this website, and from there you can search plugins, you can find new ones that you want, and basically you can download them and drag them right into this folder, but make sure it's the executable jar file, like it's not a zip or anything. And then once you load the game up, it'll run the plugin and it'll work just fine. So then what you want to do next is download Hamachi. I have a link to this in the description. You want to come here and then click on free download, and then it's going to take you to this page, and then you're going to click on download again. It's going to start downloading. It's going to download the Softonic downloader, and I've already, actually I'll do it for you. So you're going to want to use the Softonic, download this, and wait for it to load up. Okay, accept. Yeah, I read it. Express. I personally don't want to install these toolbars. Okay, download. Now it's downloading the Hamachi program from Softonic. Okay. Oh, see, I've already got the newest version. Alright, but anyways, yeah, that downloaded it. Now, Hamachi's on your computer. See, there's the install for it. Throw that in the trash. I think it's trying to load Hamachi, actually. Well, anyways, you go through the Softonic, it'll pop up for the installer for Hamachi. You're going to want to download that. And then, I have mine down here. So then it's going to bring you to this window. Once you first sign in, it's going to ask you to put in like your name. I just put my name and then -PC after it. It's whatever you want. Then you're going to want to go to network, create a new network. Oh, my bad. You have to sign in first. Let it sign you in. Okay, now you're going to go to network, create a new network, and then you're going to want to pick a network ID, a password, and you're going to confirm that password. So let's make the network ID Tekkit server 123456. Make the password Tekkit server 123456. Okay, once that's done, you're gonna create. Oh wow. 789141. Alright, so now your server's created. Okay, now once you create that network, basically what that does is it port forwards if you have a router, it port forwards for you, and that can save you a lot of trouble. And what you're going to want to do is anybody that you want to play Minecraft with you, you're going to want to give them your server name and your password, your network ID and your password, and they're going to go to network, join an existing network, and they're going to type it in here, and then they will join your network, which allows them to play with you. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the next step, which is we have to go back to the Tekkit server. So now once you're in here, if you don't already have this selected to open up with your Notepad or Notepad++, whatever you're using, just go to right click, open with. I've got it set to Notepad. Now it's gonna open up this server properties file. Uh, so basically, this is the properties. This is the date and time that you downloaded it. Allow nether. You probably want that true. Level name world. Leave that alone because I think I tried changing it before and it messed the world up. So I would just leave that alone. Enable query. That basically is like, honestly, I forget. But enable flight. I would make that true because if you get any type of flying ring or jetpack, you won't be able to use it unless this is true. Alright, now the server port, you can leave that fine. That's the default port for Minecraft Tekkit, or Minecraft, just the default port in general for the game. Level type, default. Archon, false. Level seed, if you go online and let's say you find a seed that you like, you type in the seed right here and it'll load up that certain map. But if you just want it to be random, leave it blank. Now for the server IP is this number right here. This IPv4 address. Now, the IPv4 address, if you click on this, it'll say to copy it. The IPv4 is the first one. The IPv6 is the second one, so you want the IPv4. So if we go over here and we type that in, it's 25.63.146.40. So you need to make sure you type that into the server properties file. The max build height, that's the highest amount that you can go in terms of height on the world. I don't know if you would want to go any higher than that, but you could if you want. Spawn NPCs, these are like villagers. If you want them, then you can keep that true, or if you don't want them, you can change it to false. Whitelist, basically, if you have that whitelist on true, your server shows up on the whitelist for the Tekkit servers, like on their website and stuff. But if you just want it to be a private server, you can leave it false and it won't show up anywhere. Spawn animals, well, obviously, unless you don't like animals. Online mode, this is why we're making a server, so you'd probably want that on. PvP, you can make this true or false. Basically what that is player versus player. If it's true and you and a friend are playing and you hit them, it will hurt them. If you set this to false and you hit them, it will not do anything. Difficulty 1 is survival. Difficulty 0 is creative mode. And I think there's a difficulty... Oh, no. Never mind. Game mode 0 is survival. Game mode 1 is creative. Difficulty 1 is normal, I believe. Difficulty 2 is hard, and 0 is easy. Max players, you can make that as much as you want. But what I've learned over time is that if your max players, the more people that join your server, if you're running it, the more RAM your computer will use because it'll have to use it for them to play. So I think it takes up about little under a quarter of a gig of RAM to have another person play. So that depends on how many people you want to join. I usually set mine to about 5 because the most amount of people you can have in a Hamachi network is 5. And you could port forward, which I'm going to make another video on how to port forward. That way you can have more than 5 people if you don't want to go with Hamachi. Spawn monsters, you can have that true or false, whatever you like. Generate structures, this is basically like, what are those things called underground? Those little miner things. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And then it'll spawn like NPC houses and stuff like that, just different structures. The view distance, keep that at 10. You can mess with that. I don't really know what it changes with the view distance. And the MOTD is message of the day. You can change this to whatever you like. And when you go into Tekkit and you try to join a server, when you go to the server, underneath the name of the server, this will pop up, whatever you type in. So you could put building server. And when people go to play, they'll see that. Now you're just going to want to file and save this and close it out. And then that pretty much covers it. And then you can launch the world. Okay, it's open right now. So you're going to want to minimize this, close out of the folder, open up Tekkit, log in, and it's not logging me in. What is up with this? There we go. Yes, I've got this Fax Pure BD Craft texture pack. I just made a video on that, and I'll stick an annotation right over here somewhere if you want to go check that out. That's how to install it, and well, how to download and install it. So check that out. I've got the 128-bit texture pack, so that's why it takes a while for it to load up. But the textures do look really nice if you're playing. So let's go full screen this. Actually, wait. Let's go back to this. Alright, now what you want to do is add a server. You want to add server, make it whatever you want. Let's make it Tekkit server 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 4 1. Server address is going to be this IPv4 address. Gonna want to paste that inside here. And if you're wondering how I just did that without right clicking, it's Control C is to paste, Control C is copy, Control V is paste. So that's right there. And then you're gonna want to do :25565 because that's the port for the game, and then press done. And there you go. Now you may get a communication error. If this happens, your firewall is blocking the port for Minecraft. So how you fix this, you're going to want to go into Control Panel and change this view to small icons. Go over to Windows Firewall. Go to Advanced Settings on the left side. Then you're going to get your Windows Firewall with Advanced Security window. You're going to go to Inbound Rules, go over here to the right and press New Rule. And then you're going to get a little wizard to go through the setup. You're going to want to select Port, press Next, select TCP and specific local ports. Type in 25565, press Next. Allow the connection, Next. Keep all these checked. And then press Next, and then you can name it. So let's name it Tekkit server. You put a description if you want to. Press Finish. Now it pops up right here on the top. And then you want to go to Outbound Rules and do the same thing. I've already got one for my other server. So I'm actually going to delete this rule. That's how you allow the server port through your firewall so you can play on the server without that communication error. And then you just want to connect and start playing. If it logs me in. Yeah, usually the first login takes a minute. Alright. Anyways, oh, there we go. Yeah, see? Here we are. We're in the game. It looks pretty. Apparently my Matamos is pretty old. But yeah, that's about it. Get the gist of it. I hope this was... Oh, yeah. And when you're done playing, just go back to uh, the server command prompt and press stop and hit enter. It's going to close the server properly so that way nothing gets deleted. And then just press any key to continue. It'll close it out. You can sign off. I'm actually going to get rid of this network right now. Close out of this. And I will see you guys later. Peace.